Hey everybody, 4 and 6 Psych back after a couple weeks of vacation, and I thought I would reload because the last I knew we were on Alpha 16 build 113 or 119, and they're up to 129. I know that there are some odds and ends out there that are going on, issues with the game, but I think we can deal with those. Kind of a crappy launch next to a wolf and in the snow biome. So, I think what we're going to do is avoid the wolf, and we're going to try and get some starter stuff picked up here. So, of course, I was a little confused at opening up onto the world and seeing snow biome, as I thought that we were not supposed to load in the snow biome. And I also thought that we were supposed to be in a protected area. Darn it. When the heck did I get that stuff? Not that I'm complaining, I guess. I will take it. But it is kind of strange. I guess that must have been in the first stump. I'm going to have to go back and look at the footage and see how I missed picking that up. Hitboxes on grass kind of suck. Alright. Let's see if we can get our act together. Didn't I just make a stone axe? I guess I didn't. in lieu of making the club instead. Alright. So, I had a good vacation over the 4th of July. And of course, recording is going to be screwed up now because, as you can probably hear in the background, the kids are out of school and they're home for the summer, and they don't know the meaning of the words quiet, or silence, or racket. Alright. Let's do some plant fiber clothes. Let's see if we can get a little wood going here. I'm about sick of this garbage already. I know I'm being kind of quiet. This is typically the case, isn't it? Trying to listen for this stupid wolf. let's see if we can get a little meat. There we go. I kind of feel like that's a little cheaty, but you know what? If you're going to drop a freaking direwolf into my starting area, and a buzzard, and drop me in the snow, I'm sorry, but I don't see that as fair either. So now that we should be relatively safe and we've got a few minutes to think, we'll talk about the map. It looks like they are up to build 129, like I mentioned. Last time I was playing, it was either 113 or 119. I know that there's been some changes. I was not able to play. I was at my cabin and did not have a computer up there that was sufficient to play the game. So I kind of went into withdrawal and was not able to get a fix other than to watch videos. So I caught up on Games for Kicks and Cage8for8 and Onokoho and Game Edged and Z Nation, and kind of saw what those guys were up to and learned a lot about what was going on. I know that the game is kind of buggy. I know that there's some ways of increasing what you're getting by way of resources from the stuff that you gather. You know, I'm not entirely positive if it's cheating or not, but I'm probably going to try and limit the use of those seeming exploits at this point. And I think for now, I want to be well out of here. Crap. Well, I wanted to be well out of here by noon. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. That's the type of thing you have to deal with when putzing around with wolves and buzzards in your starting zone. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get as much rock as we can and then get the heck out of this snow biome. Alright, we're going to break this last rock and then we are headed out. There we go. Noon. And that means all bets are off. Not trying to be overly critical of anybody in particular or anybody at all, but one thing that I did notice among pretty much everybody as they were starting to play was a distinct lack of frugality. You know, you're just starting out. What is it a premium? It's hard to find, and everybody was just running around and not being particularly conscious of their surroundings or what they were doing. They weren't taking any time to look at the world around them as they were going along, and they would miss. You know, they'd walk into a room and they'd pick up one chair and leave two behind. You know, and they'd scrap that one chair trying to get wood. And it made not a lot of sense to me. So I intend to play, you know, I play kind of cautious anyway, but I intend to play a little smarter, I hope. I'm going to take my time and be methodical when going after a room. Try not to leave stuff behind. Come on. Probably should have waited to eat that honey until tonight when I had a base. I really should be going after that deer, but because of the buzzard being there, I'm going to try and get into that grass biome. It's hard to give up these stumps because they usually have good stuff in them. But I think we're going to do that nonetheless. not positive, but I think that I saw a house over there, some kind of cabin. Yep, sure enough. So we're going to be headed that way. Alright. We seem to be in fairly decent shape for the moment. I don't want to have to scrap anything more than necessary. I'm really hoping to keep all the resources that I get and either melt them in the forge if it's something that I can do that with, or with any luck, hopefully turn them into some better form of utility. Like that candy tin, don't necessarily want to scrap that. I want to either melt it into the forge so that I get more out of it, or I want to turn that into a tin can mine. All right. Take a minute to just gather up a little bit of stone, and then we're going to get into that cabin and see if we can get a place that's secure at least for the night. Hopefully my game sounds are okay at a decent level. Looking at the scales here, it looks like maybe my microphone levels are decent. Alright. Now, it's my understanding that by crouching and creeping like this is supposed to help us to not wake up the zombies, the sleepers. This is kind of a stupid way of doing this. Alright. I'm kind of hoping that by placing that, I will be able to prevent further zombies from popping up. That reminds me that I want to try and harvest this body for some fat also. I don't know if I managed to pick up any fat yet or not, but I don't know where she came from, but that really pisses me off because I didn't hear her coming at all. So it looks like I might have to turn my in-game noises up a little bit. I don't know how many of you watched Joe the Pirate, but I think that this is the same house that Joe the Pirate is in his game. Alright. I believe that we should be good now. I don't think that anything else will spawn in here. I'm not entirely positive, but I think that's the case now that our bedroll is down. There we go. Alright, so we're going to take a minute to secure this. And then once it's secured, I'm going to go upstairs and basically try and get ready to survive the night. We are at 42 minutes on the clock right now, which means that if you're watching and hearing this, I've probably cut a bunch of stuff out. So, I'm going to finish looting. And then we will call this one an episode. Well, that's okay. I was really hoping for a wrench, but I will take a pot. Alright. We're going to call this one an episode. I think from here I will just work on fortifying the place a little bit and getting set for the night, and then I will go out and collect what stone what I can before dark. And then we'll see you back in the next episode, which I suspect will be first thing in the morning, when we can start scouting out our surroundings and taking a look to see what we have available to us as far as POI resources. Looked to me like we were pretty close to a town, so that is probably where we will head first. Oh yeah, I want you guys to see whatever was in here, so we'll loot that and then we'll call it an episode. Paint. Okay. I guess that works. There we go, fully looted and in at least an overnight base to start out with. This is 4 and 6 Psych signing out, saying the 4 things we always say. If you like what you're seeing, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and you'll get notifications when I put up new videos just like this one. What else? If you have questions, comments, suggestions, opinions, anything like that, put those in the comments section below. And as always, if you have friends, invite them to come on over, check out the channel, and let us know what they think as well. Until we see you in episode 2 of Series 2 for Alpha 16 Experimental, this is 4 and 6 Psych signing out and saying thanks, folks. See you later.